That's better. Jesus. I'm fine. Everything's fine. It's all calmed down. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm not in my usual locations. I am in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, which I don't think I've ever been before. Let me put it this way: I could have been here 1,000 times before. No recollection of it. That's the kind of place Cedar Rapids is. Best known for having a Quaker oat factory. So, Mormon town. Let's talk about soaking. If you're not familiar with soaking, it was brought up last night because in the Mormon community, they would insert the penis into the vagina and then not penetration. It's wrong to penetrate, so they wouldn't penetrate. They would just keep it there. At other times, they would have like a third party jump on the bed or something to move it along. Clever Mormons. I will say, I can't. Can I show you these? This may be a weird shot today. Here we go. You got the gist. Oh my God. Won't be doing that again. If you haven't already, please, for the love of God, go watch the latest AEW with Yuka Sakazaki. It is up. It is out. It's in the comments here. It is everywhere I could possibly put it. So go look and go watch. It's a trip. It may change your life. This was a big buckshot episode. People came to play. So go watch it, go like it, go comment, go share it, go tweet about it. Instagram, they just posted the thumbnail. We have all these beautiful pictures. And then they already posted a video from Collision last night, which should have been posted last night. This is where we are. So damn this algorithm, okay? Don't let them sabotage it. Take back the control. Walter said, hey, RJ Sunday. Vanessa said, hello, all. I can't stay today, but I'm doing a drive-by to drop today's foreign underwear word on you this week. We're linguistically traveling very southwest of Iceland. As such, wishing happy Sunday to all those convened to watch RJ in his Ka Lol Loco, Hawaiian. Ka Lol Loco. That feels like underwear. If I was in Hawaii and I heard that, I think maybe he's talking about my underwear. Thank you, Vanessa, for dropping by and enjoy. I don't know, you're doing a marathon or something. Mike said, good morning, beautiful people. Mia said, good morning. Sean Slamming Pictures is here. Massanity. Sean is here. Christine said, good morning. Joseph Ramos. Nail said, good morning. Again, right on time. I missed the first few sentences. You missed a dissertation about soaking. James said, good morning. Sean said, I've always kind of assumed soaking was like cow tipping. Like nobody really does this. If you or anyone you know engages in it, please let me know in the chat. Amanda said, good morning. How are you today? Joseph said, what did I stumble upon? Lemming Picture said, money shot. Thank you. Emmanuel said, if you can describe Southtown, what would that be? I refuse to answer the question. Go watch the episode. Matt Sandy said, which wrestler is most like Alan King? Well, Tony Schiavone pops into my head, but I guess he's not a wrestler. Maybe a Don Callis who did wrestle. Amanda said, love the episode. What a fun duo. Don't tell me what to do. Mike said, wife and I soaked recently. We have a delivery coming in March. Congratulations to you. Walter said, hey, W, good show with guests. Yuka is crazy, but RJ did great. Katie said, can Samantha Irvin be the general manager of this show of AEW? Yeah, I really want her to book my fucking guests. Sabrina said, what is your niece dressing for as Halloween? I don't know. I have no influence over it. It's not my I don't think any of my suggestions would be helpful for that family. I think it would just upset people. So I'll let them do what they want. What the fuck would I know? I'm stuck in Cedar Rapids. I've not seen one Cedar Rapids. I've not seen one Cedar. I've not seen one Rapid. It's quite slow moving, which is another thing to think about. So Sierra said, good morning, RJ and chat. Joseph said, RJ, what's your favorite Halloween candy, if any? I got big into when I was a kid, was when the cookies and creams, Hershey's Cookies and Creams first came out. And I was a big white chocolate guy. Now I've switched to dark. And I don't know if that's an adult thing, the way adults also like coffee and wine and cigars. in the sense that they all kind of taste bad, but we're okay with it. We like that they taste like shit. I love the candy corn. I don't know what's happened. It doesn't feel as good anymore. I used to like the chocolate gold coins. Swedish fish, which were also Bigfoot. Enjoyed. I went through a phase. Oh, so I used to wrestle at ESW, Empire State Wrestling in Buffalo. And for some reason, during a promo, a fan threw a Swedish fish into the ring. So I did a promo on it. And then it became this odd pattern of fans throwing 90s candies into the ring during my promo. So I would get a lot. Pop Rocks and Ring Pops and Big League Chew. And they were all delightful. I did go through a big league. So then fans would be bringing me these candies. So I would have so many Pop Rocks. I'd have so many Ring Pops. I got rock bottomed into Ring Pops once by Adam Rose. It's not a name you say anymore. But what I really also liked was like that fresh, if you ever get good bubble gum, good, fresh, high quality, powdered bubble gum, it'll change your fucking life. That was a good dissertation. Katie said, what happened to the Aura video final banner behind you? Katie, finally. I've done the show for 5 years. The first thing that has made me laugh. Well done. Yeah, thank you. It's not, it's too soon. Let me get a little more bitter and disenchanted with this business, if that's possible. Rare B said, Southtown is a lovely little city in Florida. The Sakazaki clan runs a dojo there in Extreme Karate. I had no idea. If somebody wants to translate what Yuka said in the episode, that would be great. Or that song. Walter said, AW Collision, good matches on Saturday. Looking forward to Dynamite on Wednesday. Let's talk about Collision. Let's talk about the whole week. Chuck Taylor taken out. That Nigel sit down with Yuta last night. Mariah May had a very cruel promo, but Anna Jay looks very good against Viva Van. Anna Jay needs to get in the gear, get in the second gear, that whole thing. Penelope Ford is back because she now bumped my hay off the top spot of the YouTube. And how about those Outrunners? So obviously I was there last night. I was just fucking loitering in Cedar Rapids. The Outrunners have a distinct pop where we were all backstage, and the second they came out, everyone had to nobody could hear each other talk. That's how loud it was. So good for them I give them the rub. I think that's pretty obvious. What else was I going to say? Oh, I'll put it up soon. But I realize this is the last. This Tuesday will be the last Tuesday in October. So Key to the City members, you have until the end of today to get your questions in. Sorry, I know it's late. What do you want from me? Are there any other items of business? Oh, so on my channel, as you may have started to see, I am unboxing AEW 2024 Upper Deck cards. I was going to go through a pack a week, and then the Upper Deck people, let me tell you what they wrote to me. Where are they? We also thought one pack a week might be a bit light. So we suggest opening a pack or two more per video. May give you some variation on what you talk about and what followers can expect opening the product. So maybe I'll open them 2 at a time. These people just want me to run out of videos. Katie said, how good is Tony Schiavone at tap dancing? He must know how to tap dance. Nell said, can you show everyone Christine's costume? What did you think? Thank you for bringing that up. Let's see if I can find this. Christine went to Greek Town Wrestling last night. And I can't find it. Here we go. Hold on. Hang so. Here we go. Oh my god. It's been a busy day. Yeah, still not. There's all hay business to get through first. Here we go. Christine went to Greektown Wrestling as me. That's me there. She's me. It was very easy costume, really. All you need is an on-air sign, glasses, tortoiseshell glasses, some sort of a loose pony type of deal. And I believe a black button-down shirt, white tank top underneath, and some sort of khaki pants. Is fantastic. That's what can I say other than that's fantastic and delightful, and I'm very proud of you, Christine. And you should be proud of yourself. And I'm sure no one knew who you were. Katie said RJ prefers maples to cedars anyway. Doral said, good morning. Hey, RJ, just about had me on the floor. Bar raised. That's what I like to do. Mess Annie said, not to cause you any more anxiety than usual, but this happens to be the last weekend of the month. I already trust it. Sean said, foods that match the bitterness. I can't. Yeah, I'll tell you what happens. Collision goes late into the night. And then wake up in the morning, it affects my speech. All these other people, whoever you saw on TV last night, they're not up early doing this. Leo said, Clive Anderson for Forbidden Door 2025 in London. Okay, sure, fine. Mia said 26 months. It's been there for 26 months. I want to thank my Christine for getting me my membership. I love Swedish fish. Can you sing a song about how you love them? Swedish fish, what a dish. If there's one thing I had to eat, I'd have to wish for Swedish fish. It's better than Knish. It's one of those things that I like to put in my pish. It's red and there. It tastes so fair. It's good for you and your nails and your hair. It's I'm trying to rhyme with Swedish fish. It's not yellow or blue or even greenish. It's my favorite treat. These fish are Swedish. Swedish fish, oh, what a dish. Every time I taste it, I go pish. Swedish fish, if I had to wish, I would wish one thing, that would be Swedish fish. Jesus. Emmanuel said, your favorite Halloween costume you've done as a kid or an adult? Well, I think I brought this up. Maybe it was in an Ask RJ. I was Mr. Rogers in the 8th grade, and I was very happy with my choice. He was still alive. He was doing great. Walter said, next weekend, change your clock an hour back, RJ, and don't be late to AEW work. LOL. Prisma said, this hotel is really serving 50 Shades of Beige. Well, do you want to compete with me or the Dakota? It's helpful to film it. I'll put it that way. Loki said, for today's episode, Hey W was hilarious. For a second, I thought you used the Princess Kenny music from South Park Sailor. RJ transformation next. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Leo said, Yuka said you smelt like an onion bagel. What I find in catering is not my fucking business. Is Erica Lee still with the Outrunners? Well, it's hard because you're the Outrunners. So if you ran out, you'd still be a part of the group. Sean said, I wouldn't mind a weekly AEW recap on this show. This and Hey are honestly the only wrestling program I can be trusted to reliably watch at the moment. I don't know, that's it. This is not an officially sponsored show. Josh said, 10 out of 10 episode. I really appreciate the bird flying with you all. Oh, the seagull. Of course. And it's really all down to the wonderful work of a darling man named Giancarlo. He did a really, really nice job. So I'm very, very impressed with him. Have Jazzware scanned you for an action figure yet? Nope. And they don't seem like they're remotely interested in it. So I wouldn't hold my breath. I genuinely think a ringside exclusive of you with Hey W set would be good. Wow, what do you know? Joseph said, RJ, have you ever seen Sarah Sherman from SNL? She's hilarious. Yes. SM said, are they the boss of you? Do they know you're the pro at the trading card game? I know. I'm going to be like, hey, buddy, I suffered through a box of laughs. Red Dog said, good morning and happy very early Halloween, RJ, and everyone. The suspense, said Christine. Harley Cameron has a request from beyond the grave. You are 6 years old. You found a stick of butter and are pretending to shave your face for the first time. During this, you make Doopy and giggle, then cry. These aren't really premises as much as like fetish scripts to follow. And here we go. Oh, there's hair on my face. What am I to do? Oh, let me look. Where do I look? In the cabinet? Is there anything? I want a cabinet, but colder. I'm going to go to the fridge. Oh, what's inside? This tomato? Does this tomato work? No. Does this lime? Does this lime work? No. Oh, look over there. There's a stick of butter. That's excellent. I'm excited. I'll let it melt. I'll hold it in my hands till it melts. And I'm walking away from the fridge now. And it's starting to melt. And oh, I'm shaving my face. There's hair on my face. Oh, it's so excellent. It's smooth like a baby, but I'm 6. Let me taste a little butter here. I'm sure nothing will be happen. Nothing bad will happen when I taste that. Oh. I mean, Dopey. And scene. If you didn't like that, it's not my fucking fault. You know how to blame. Leo said, are you surprised Steven Regal didn't get saddled with an Austin Powers gimmick in the late 90s? Wrong British accent. Not swinging enough. Katie said, what time slot did TK work out for you to air an RJ City Christmas special like Dean Martin on HBO Max? Oh, well, why am I responding to these questions? Rob said, and there's only one nice thing RJ will ever say about anyone here, and I don't know what it is. Loki said, tell me the Outrunners and the Bucks couldn't pull off a wrestling musical homage. Mac Jackson doesn't have the pipes. Leo said, surely you can get Clive as a backstage interviewer for Forbidden Door. I think so. Is he? Would you say he would be expensive, Leo? Think of the celebrities we've gotten in AEW before. Do you think he's more or less expensive than Rick Ross? Mess Andy said, Harley Cameron, where have you been? I hope you'll be here after Grand Slam. And posted a really good picture of you that I took from there. Nell said, the Swedish Fish song, one of my favorites. Leo still fantasy booking Clive Anderson. Harley said, RJ made me stay off for a few weeks. He said I was stealing the show. Well, it's not your show. Katie said, you left out the verse about red number 4 and the ADHD children. Is that what happens? It causes whatever. I'm fine. I like it. Leo said, what is the worst hotel you have stayed in during your travels with AEW? There's been a couple hotels where the Wi-Fi has crapped out. And I want to say it was in Pittsburgh, and it bothers me because I actually like that hotel, but the Wi-Fi was so atrocious, and there was nothing we could do about it. And it was like being in prison in Europe or something. It was so strange. It was that one. Rob said, Yuka absolutely said she was a dirty ginger hot dog. Gonna need the translation. Katie said, who is tipping to hear RJ's version of Lesbian Seagull? You mean the one that flew next to Yuka and I? Leo said, what is Doopy? Somebody fill him in. Live and learn today, said RJ. What's up, man? Leo said, RJ, your 6-year-old is played by Jerry Lewis. No, Jerry Lewis is playing my 6-year-old. Katie said, to show about nothing, RJ's new fetish reenactments. Leo said, have you seen The Day the Clown Cried? No, I've seen everything that is publicly available, though. Will I try to go to the Library of Congress one day for research purposes? Yes. Let me say this about The Day the Clown Cried. What a lot of people don't factor in, they just think the movie was bad and they thought it would never be seen. That's way too simple a story. Halfway through, the financing dropped out. I think they did it in Poland, and whoever was financing and producing it, they backed out, and they were pulling the plug on it like halfway through. And Jerry was like, "I can't fucking do this." So Jerry financially took over the whole movie, and then so he sunk money into this, and then it was going to be bad. It wasn't going well, and then it was one of those things where because he took over halfway through, who owns what parts of the film and how do they get the rights, and it was in this whole fucking thing. That I think stopped the film more than anything else. And then I think he realized it was bad on top of it. Maybe he didn't realize it was bad. I think maybe the reviews were just bad, or the idea of it, and whatever screening it was, and he thought, well, then fuck it. Because I think about it like this. Not the first person to try to be, not that it was a comedy about the Holocaust, but you compare it to things like Life is Beautiful, and you're like, okay, so that worked. Why didn't this work? The answer is fucking Jerry. Because if it was like Gene Wilder starring in it instead of Jerry, it would be a totally different ballgame. I hope that was great. Christine said, I think you should use that Harley scene for any future auditions. Great episode of Hey, what did I just walk into? None of your business. Just enjoy it. Katie said, next time put peanut butter in your coffee. It comes out with a happier ending. I need to get some more Bulletproof. I miss the Bulletproof. I was on it. I was off it. I need to get back on it again. Matt Sandy said, I'm going to watch the Poland Halloween special during the week. I'm well aware of the horror that is. Never mind that, Matt Sandy. I watch it, enjoy it, love it. My favorite line from it is, right out you go, dust. However, after that, because he was swinging too far towards the kitsch, he said to himself, I got to change it up. There is a Paul Lynde Christmas special where they do like a serious version of The Night Before Christmas because he wanted to be taken seriously as an actor. And it is god awful. Let me look it up. Let me look it up right now. Paul Lynde Christmas special. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas is the name of it. First aired on NBC, directed by Tim Kelly. Listen to this fucking cast. Paul Lynde and Mira, if Stiller and Mira, Martha Ray, and Alice Ghostly. Wait. You just get so much better. Paul Lynde and Mira, Alice Ghostly, Foster Brooks, who I think was a drunk, Martha Ray, Howard Morris, who also played Jerry Lewis's father in The Nutty Professor, George Gobel, and Anson Williams from Happy Days. It was the Night Before Christmas, part of a series of ABC television specials starring Paul Lynde to fulfill a contract with him after his previous efforts to establish a star vehicle, the Paul Lynde Show, and the New Temperatures Rising show had flopped in the ratings, which we have to look at. Whereas previous offerings, most notably the 76 production of the Paul Lynde Halloween special, relied on sketch comedy review format, so The Night Before Christmas retained its narrative format, and his castmates remained in character for the entire show. Lynde's casting as a relatively straight dramatic lead fulfilled a long-standing wish of his for more serious roles. Lynde was responsible for casting Martha Ray as his mother-in-law, telling an interviewer, it's my chance to repay her for all the times she used me in her NBC comedy hour back in the 1950s. George Gobel's casting in this production was an apparent coincidence and not related to his appearance 3 years earlier in a holiday special of the same name, which we will also be looking at. These guys doing so many fucking Christmas specials. For the climactic recitation of A Visit from St. Nicholas, Lynde was not allowed to rely on cue cards because director Tim Kiley felt they would distract the child actors in the cast. Lynde would later recall, I had to do the poem 5 different times for 5 different camera angles. If America thinks I did this with cue cards, I'll kill myself. Reviews were not favorable. New York Times called the plot anemic, adding its conceptual hugger mugger was fatal. Variety complained it's an inept script and a subpar performance by Lind worked against best efforts of a charming cast. The broadcast ranked 30th for that week's Nielsen ratings. However, it received an award of excellence from the Film Advisory Board. Never rebroadcast by ABC or any television network to date, is not being made commercially available on DVD, and except for a one-time screening at a New York City Retro Film and Television Festival in 2001, it has not been seen since its only telecast. Having said that, it's online. You can watch it. What is the Temperatures Rising show? Oh, he was only in it for like 2 years. Oh, it's about a hospital. Cleavon Little's in it. This sounds like a mess. So it's the night before Christmas. Oh, so the other Night Before Christmas TV special that George Gobel did was the Rankin Bass animated one. Yeah, I remember this. The opening credits mention it's told and sung by Joel Grey. It's really narrated by George Gobel, as there's more emphasis on the point of view of Father Mouse. They're mice? Fucking whatever. Not as good of the Wee Winter Singers as the chorus. Let me look up the Wee Winter Singers. No information. These people don't exist. Let me go back. I'm so far behind. Oh my. Okay. The chat. It's just so active. That's what happens when you take 10 minutes to just read something. Since it's Halloween time, said Mr. Scott, what's a discontinued candy you wish would come back? I would like to try Orbits again. It's not discontinued. Jones Soda. I can just go get it. I don't know why I just don't get it. I mean, I miss the WWF ice cream bars. We can go on about that all day, but I was wild about them. Tongue splashers. Does anyone remember tongue splashers? My next door neighbor when I was a kid was like in the candy business. I think his brother was an executive at Double Bubble, but he made candy or he didn't make it, but he sold it. So he always had candy in his garage. I miss the old 90s sodas. So Delicious. Do they still make that? Or because sodas aren't as popular. So does that affect the So Delicious business? It's a great question. It's a great question to ask myself. Yuka absolutely said she was a dirty ginger hot dog. I've read that a second time. I don't know why. Katie said, if the Wi-Fi doesn't work, how can you look at Jacksonville Jaguar stars? Great question. Mia said, not having Wi-Fi in hotels is worse. What do you do when you have a day off? I, honest to God, have not had a single day where I am not doing something in at least a year. What do I do on my day off? Nothing, because I'm like, otherwise, like, I'll be making videos. That's what I do in like my spare time. This makes me feel so much better. Miss Annie said, have you seen the recurring Vincent Price specials with Bill Hader that SNL did a few years ago? I binged them last week. That's what you said, not me. But yes, I have. Josh said, happy Halloween. Might I suggest you watch Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight? Billy Zane is electric in it. He's electric? Is that a word used to describe Billy Zane? All right, I'll take your word for it. Leo said, do you think Mona from Nana Lan is cuter than Elmo? I think the grandmother is, with a big heaving bosom. Neil said, what's everyone's favorite Halloween movie? Like about the holiday more than just horror. I'm trying to watch some old and new. Let's let the train go by. Halloween. I can't think of any Halloween movies I like. Like, I don't like Hocus Pocus. What am I going to say? Fucking E.T.? I'm not crazy about the Halloween series. Black Christmas is about Christmas. I can't think of any. Everything is comedy under the right circumstances. I agree, Katie. What are you being for Halloween? It's nothing. I'm good. Don't I dress up enough for enough fucking shit? Mia said, Nails, I can't recommend anything, so I don't really watch any. I don't like any horror. I'm scared of them. Leo said, 60-second scene. An outdated impressionist doing a best man speech for a guy he doesn't know very well because his original best man put himself the last second. Okay. I'll do it. Daryl is occupied at the moment. And fair enough. There's a lot to be pent up about, and sometimes it needs a release, and that's what's going to happen. And it's a rental. And but I want to say about these two kids who, tonight I feel like I just met you for the first time. Marty and Paula. Thank you. I look at them and I go, I just met them for the first time. And I think, what is this, the Newlywed Game? Or what am I, Bob Eubanks? I'm Bob Eubanks. Marty is a busy guy. Loves baseball. Big fan of Roberto Alomar. Well, I hope tonight he can catch the taste. And what I like about them is that they're not too politically minded. They don't wave their politics in your face, which I think is great. Because otherwise they would be like Strom Thurmond out here going, I don't think that's a good idea. I bet it isn't, Strom. And this band has been incredible. A really, really incredible band. A great, great band. And I hope I get to see them Later that week. To love. And scene. Mike said, I saw an old hard copy video on how Jerry Lewis left all his kids out of his will. They were thrilled. I'm sure they fucking were. He was weird. Well, his one son died or killed himself. And his other son, Gary, had a good Gary Lewis and the Playboys, I believe was the band. Popular band. Josh said, Nails, I think Ernest scared stupid my time to Halloween at least the night before. You know what I would love to watch? I would love to binge all the Home Improvement Halloween episodes. I loved them when I was a kid. Leo said, recurring nightmares, gross changing rooms, finally genuinely disturbing. We have a Halloween movie recommendation. I've now missed it. I would recommend The Halloween That Almost Wasn't from 1979 with Judd Hirsch, Mariette Hartley, and Henry Gibson. Find the broadcast version on YouTube that includes the commercials. Live and Learn Today said, a great movie I love to watch this time of year is The Fog with Jamie Lee Curtis. Has her mom in it. Was a fan of her dad, Tony Curtis. Katie said, The Nutcracker with Macaulay Culkin is trying to tell us something. SM has a request. Poland wrestling promo against The Undertaker. I think you're so weird. What is it? Why is your ponytail sewed into your bandana? I don't understand your origins. Are you dead now? Were you dead then? Did you start off dead or do you just keep dying? Last time I saw you die was on your podcast. Why don't you go? Tombstone. I can only do that for so long. There's not enough impression to sustain. I like when I said the light thing about The Undertaker now and everyone got mad. And I was like, where were you years ago? Leo said, did you see Ben Shapiro appeared as a cameo in the new Frasier? I haven't, and I don't think I will. Katie said, can you recreate the David Bowie, Bing Crosby, Little Drummer Boy with Eddie Kingston this season? Of course I can. Leo said, have you ever seen the British movie Father Christmas? It's the most British Christmas movie ever in a good way. No. Neil said, I would love to be in the candy business, but candy in the garage sounds like a dodgy trap. Are you okay, RJ? It was dusty, but I loved it. I was looking at some really bad movies lately. The Great Land of Small is really bad. Daryl said, I can confirm Twas the Night Before Christmas is on YouTube. It's on a channel with a lot of other Paul Lynde content. Maybe it's his nephew. Do you find it weird? Do you like that weird Lester soda that does PB&J flavor and dirt flavor and bacon and stuff? No. The fact that we can make a chip taste like a cheeseburger tells me there's a problem with the North American cheeseburger. Neil said, Billy Zane. There's a new sheriff in town. Oh, that's weird. SM said, I heard the train and thought I was going crazy. Glad he acknowledged it. Blue Meanie said, good morning, folks. I was just talking about Blue Meanie, and I want to pull up what I was talking about. I think my dear friend Nug sent it to me, and I don't quite remember what it was now. I just remember it was from Blue Meanie. The Raven documentary. That's what it is. Yes. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I also want to point out, do you remember James Adomian was on Ron Funch's podcast, and they mentioned me, and I think last week I played it here. They put up a clip from Instagram.
Do you ever get back into wrestling?
It's the part right after they talk about me.
Okay. I could do that.
I love that idea.
Or we could be the announcers.
This WWE have some new announcers. Fuck both of you. You cut out the shit where you say nice stuff about me. You know what I mean? Fucking just busting my fucking ass here. It's ridiculous. Katie said he sold candy out of the trunk and his family was in the candy business. Premise of the new TBS for guys who like movies, hosted by RJ. Daryl said Halloween 3 is great. Josh has been a member for 27 months. Believe in Billy Zane. Watch Demon Knight. It also has Dick Miller. What's that other movie that I had not heard about? I was told about it last night. Streets of Fire? Let me just read. This is one of those. How have I never heard of this movie? There's no way Blue Meanie hasn't heard of this movie. 1984 action crime neo-noir film. A rock and roll fable. Combines elements of automobile culture and music from the 50s with fashion style and sociology of the 80s. Listen to this cast. Diane Lane, Rick Moranis, Amy Madigan, Willem Dafoe, Bill Paxton, Robert Townsend, and E.G. Daly. Isn't that ridiculous? Why? I guess it must have been bad. Let me see. I mean, there's a big, the Wikipedia is huge. Financing. All right, let's get to the reception. Filming. Oh, he also had troubles with Rick Moranis. Oh, this is from the lead. Rick Moranis drove me out of my mind. This is his quote. There's this whole wave of insult comedy. In the real world, if someone insults you a couple times, you can smack them or punch them. You can't do that on a movie set. And these comedians walk around and say whatever they want. I'm just not handy with that. Comedians are a special breed. They can antagonize you and say whatever they want. And you can't do anything to stop them. He's this weird-looking little guy who couldn't get laid in a whorehouse with a fistful of 50s. You got him. Really took it to Rick Moranis. He would imitate me. This is the lead, Michael Parr. The first thing he said to me was, do you just act cool or are you really cool? That was the first sentence out of his mouth to me in Joel Silver's office. And I was like, oh, this is not going well. But he was one of Joel's dear friends, and he ended up making a bunch of movies for Disney. I just wasn't that sharp. I wasn't ready for that kind of crap. Jesus, this is great. This is outstanding. E.G. Daly said the movie was a very frustrating thing for me. Oh, because she couldn't sing in the film. Because Diane Lane was singing. I remember thinking, it was painful. All right. Let's get to the reception part. Fared poorly at the box office. Because it was right behind Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. Critical response, 71%. Rotten Tomatoes, not horrible. Sometimes buckles under the strain of the ambitious fusion of disparate genres, but Walter Hill's bravura style gives this motorcycle musical fuel to burn. Mixed or average reviews. New York Times criticized the film's screenplay as being misogynistic, and problematically crude. Roger Ebert wrote that the language is strange too. It's tough, but not with 1984 toughness. It sounds like the way really mean guys would have talked in the late 1950s, only with a few words different, as if this world evolved a slightly different language. All right. Can't wait to never see that. Leo said, was that the Windows 95 notification sound? Nail said, do an impression of a train. That's fucking weird. That's a weird thing to say to someone. Have I lost my... Why haven't I... Something's gone wrong with my mouse. Hold on. Oh my God. Hang tight, everyone. The scroll isn't working. Oh my God.